Before we begin, it is Monday night and it is almost the end of Veterans Day, and just want to take time. I think we did this last week, but I wanted to take time to just thank the veterans. Um, we are able to do things like spout about the Steelers because there are people that have um, sacrificed their lives and given their service to the country for us to have freedoms so that we could say how much we love Russell Wilson and stuff like that. So thank you to the veterans. Thank you every day, and we should try to respect and support them as much as possible. So thank you, veterans.
Well said. I tip
Okay.
my cap to you.
Yes.
Yes.
Um, Other than that, I don't know what to talk about because it's nothing
What a
really
boring
happened. It's a
game.
very
I'm
boring,
so
boring
boring. Oh
game.
my gosh.
I saw a
Couldn't stay awake.
stat. Yeah, I saw a stat that in the last 2 years, anytime the Steelers gave up 24 points or more, it was an instant loss. They're 0-9 in games where they gave up more than 24 points. This
Hmm.
season has been so much fun, especially the last three games because of Russell Wilson. And I just love it so much. The crap that we've gone through for the last, let's say, the end, like the last 2 years of Ben Roethlisberger, where he
Right.
was just, a shell of himself. And then after Ben, the crap that was there. And even this year, even with Justin Fields, even when they were winning, it was the same thing. It's like crappy offense. Hope we could win 18-15 or something like that.
Hmm.
And um I was watching the game with a bunch of people, and I said if it was Justin Fields, there's no way we win the game. And
Yeah.
people disagreed. I'm like, no. There's no way if with Justin Fields we're coming close to winning this game. So,
Hmm.
um, what did you think before the game how it would go? Did you think they had a chance, or did you think how did you think who did you think was going to win?
I wasn't very confident in a win. Mainly because the Commanders have been on a roll. They're on their own 3 game win streak. They didn't have a bye. You know what I mean? So that they had that momentum going. Jaden Daniels is a freak of nature. He's very Lamar. Obviously, obviously Mike Tomlin called him Lamar Jackson Jr. in his press conference.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he's and
he's
it's true. It's so true. Watching him, and that's the first time I had ever watched him play. And their defense, played better than I expected them to, especially against the run. But yeah, I wasn't confident that they were going to pull out a win, but I didn't expect it to be that close either. I didn't expect it to be so tight. Not that I expected the Steelers to go in and implode. I guess I just didn't think it was going to be one of those well, they're all nail biters when it comes to the Steelers, but I didn't think it was going to come down to like the final 2 minutes of the game in
yeah.
terms of,
This would have been one of those typical games where the Washington would have been up like 27-17 or something like that, and maybe we score like a late field goal or something to sort of make it close. But
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I thought I respected Washington, but I also thought, well, the Steelers are coming off a bye, and that they're
Mhm.
usually really good, and they're going
Mhm.
against a rookie quarterback, and
Right.
they're gonna stifle him. And
Mhm.
they sort of did.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
17 to 34 for 202 yards for Jaden Daniels. He only ran 3 times for 5 yards, so they contained him
Right.
there.
Mhm.
Just
Mhm.
uh, great playing by the defense there, but still through the air, there are times where he just carved them up.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
our secondary didn't they were pretty disappointing. I was happy that they were able to get pressure on him. They didn't get as many sacks as maybe I would have liked to have seen. TJ Watt was kind of playing on the quiet side. He did have some quarterback pressures and a defended pass, but he isn't really playing up to TJ Watt standards so far this season. Obviously, he was held. He was gunning for a safety there for sure, and he was gonna get it if he wasn't held, but they
See,
didn't call it.
that's where I disagree that he's on. I mean, maybe his stats aren't there, but
Right. Yeah.
he is just so it is just so obvious that they're just holding the heck out of him. And I
Right.
heard the reason is that they allow holding of the good edge rushers is because, well, these quarterbacks are important and they're, they cost a lot of money, so we can't have them all getting hurt. Okay, but those are the rules. The rules
Right.
are if
Right.
holding is holding. Like what
Yeah.
the, especially holding in the end zone is a
Mhm.
safety.
Yes. Yeah,
And when
exactly.
it's extremely egregious, you
Right.
gotta call something. My
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. 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 I mean, get a better offensive line if you're so
Yeah.
afraid that your quarterback's going to get injured. Get a better offensive line. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. So they start the game and it's,
Mhm.
three now, couple back and forth, three now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, what happened
Russell
first?
Wilson didn't look good. He didn't look good at all.
He was off. I heard I
Yeah.
heard it was you blame it on the wind. Blame it
Right.
on
No.
the rain. You sang a lot the last time you were on.
Yes.
I was gonna surprise you and say that you were gonna sing the Star Spangled Banner before we started the podcast, but that wouldn't have been fair to you. But um yeah, I heard the wind was bad, and that's why that his throws were off. But yeah, it seemed like he was not on the same page as the receivers, which is
Right.
uncharacteristic because he was
Exactly.
on the same page the past couple games.
Yeah, yeah. It did seem I kind of had the same feeling. I was like, well, something seems a little bit off here. I didn't hear about the win, but I mean, maybe it was a significant factor in his poor passes, but he got it together, man, and he got it together at the right time because it was nice. It was really nice not for once not to have to rely on the leg of Chris Boswell to win games, right? I mean, they put up some points on the board, and
This
it
is
took
the
a little
first
while,
time
but
that Chris Boswell didn't kick a field goal in like years.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that was good to see because, all season I was like, we can't keep relying on Chris Boswell to win us games. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like that's not, I mean, sure, was it nice that he helped and the defense helped in so many of the wins in the first half of the season? Yeah. But it's not always gonna be, the scheme isn't always it's not always gonna be that easy, you know what I mean, to win games off of
Well, one of the big points of why they went to Russell Wilson is we gotta stop with the threes. We need to turn those threes into sevens.
right,
You
yeah,
can't
exactly.
kick field goals all the time. You need to convert those to touchdowns, and that's exactly what they did this game, and
Mhm.
that's why they won.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Mike Tomlin, I mean, there's a lot of talk about coach of the year, and I was like at first I was like, but now I'm like, you know what? He stuck to his guns, man. Like he's not gonna get it, right? He's not gonna get it. But
I
he stuck
tell
to
you
his
what,
guns, and that's impressive.
I tell you what, if Mike Tomlin wins Coach of the Year and the Steelers don't either win a playoff game or go to the Super Bowl or whatever,
Right.
Pittsburgh will riot.
Yes, they
There
will.
will be riots in Pittsburgh if Mike Tomlin
Mhm.
wins Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
All I need to say, if I just type on whatever social media, now there's 100 of them,
Right.
you just type Mike Tomlin. It's like piranhas going to a piece of meat.
Yes.
People will go crazy.
Right.
It's such a charged subject.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
so
no, I
funny.
agree though. We do need yeah, and they would have a right to riot, right? Because we haven't won a playoff game in what, like
Right.
16
Right.
years or I don't even know, but I don't
Uh
think it's been that long, but still. Yeah, we need to win a playoff game. At least one.
but the reason why they're saying he should be Coach of the Year is because he made the decision when they were 4-2 to
Right?
say, I'm switching quarterbacks. We have a
Yes.
quarterback that's winning, and that no, we're switching. And people said, are you freaking crazy?
Right, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And look how that decision has paid off.
Right, exactly. Yeah. It takes cojones of steel, you know what I
Yes.
mean, to be able to make that decision with a 4-2 record. Obviously, if it was 2-4, if it was just flipped, you know what I mean, it would be a different story. But he's stuck to it, and it's interesting because we saw so many writers saying, "Oh, they benched Justin Fields," blah 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 blah. No, they didn't. If you're truly following the Steelers all off season, all the beginning of the season, Mike Tomlin never said once Justin Fields is our starter. Other than like for the, he never said like he's going to start for the season long, while Russell Wilson is injured,
He
Justin
said the
Fields is
same
playing.
thing all
Right.
along.
Exactly.
Yes, it's a competition, but
Right.
Russell Wilson is pole position.
Whole
He is
position.
the
Right.
he is the
Yeah.
guy.
Yes.
Said the same thing
Right.
throughout.
Yeah,
And
broken record.
as the national media, who are a lot of them clueless and stupid, and not clueless and
Mhm.
stupid, they just don't know the team as well as we do.
Right.
Could
Yeah.
say, oh, there's a quarterback competition. Justin Fields, Justin
Right.
Fields, Justin Fields. Like,
Yeah.
okay. And you know what? Good for Justin Fields because he
Right.
came in there and took him to 4-2. And
Mhm.
I forget who it was. I don't know who it was, but somebody mentioned it was better for him to start the season because at the start of the season, the offensive line was a mess. And when the
Right.
offensive line is a mess, if that was
Mhm.
Russell Wilson back there, he would have got killed. But it was
Right.
Justin Fields back there who is another athletic freak and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
ran away from a lot of those pressures. So it was a
Right.
perfect timing.
Mhm.
But yeah, but then he went to Russell Wilson and it has been amazing. And
Yeah.
another thing that has been amazing is George Pickens.
Yeah.
You know, last year we had to put up with his attitude.
Yeah.
This year we had to put up with his attitude. But
Mhm.
now,
Mhm.
look at him this past 3 games.
Yeah,
He
he's
is a
producing.
freak. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
He's still, obviously gets into altercations and, gets into some scuttlebutts that he doesn't need to be getting into, but at least he's producing this year. You know what I mean? Like he's putting action behind, those crazy kind of sideline things that he does
he's
with
he's
opposite
like
team.
he's like a video game character come to life.
Right. Yeah.
I
That's a good.
swear
Mhm.
somebody's controlling him. Like, on a video game controller, there's like either the A button is the jump button. And sometimes
Uh-huh.
it looks like sometimes he's just doing, doing, doing.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
is the weirdest thing. When Russell Wilson threw the interception,
Hmm.
um,
Yeah.
he didn't go
Ooh.
back. He didn't try to tackle the guy that was up there. He went back and I think he was trying to like vampire bite the one
Right.
defensive
Yeah.
back. He was laying on top of him. He was like, ah, like,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. He's
and
been
I
doing some weird things
he's
for
yeah,
sure.
he's just either one or two games ago,
Hmm.
he just did a Macho Man Randy Savage flying elbow on somebody. He just
Right.
stood there and go,
Yeah.
whoa, boom.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it looks like he's having fun. You
But you
know what I
know what?
mean? But
When you get 90 yards and a touchdown, you can
right.
do goofy stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. As long as you're not getting flags. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like Joey Porter all day yesterday. My goodness. My
Oof.
goodness.
Oof.
That
Oof.
that was
Not
I
his best
thought that
game.
was gonna be our
But
demise.
but
Yeah,
you
it
know
was
what?
not.
Not his best game, but Terry McLaurin is one of the
Right.
best wide receivers
Yeah,
in
that's
football.
true.
So
Yep, yep, there's no
um
argument
but
there.
yeah, the first touchdown to Pickens,
Mm,
I don't he just did some matrix stuff. I don't know.
right.
I've never seen I have no idea how he contorted his body like that
Yeah,
to
yeah.
catch that. And you know what? It's like now you expect that kind of stuff every single game.
Mhm,
It's
mm,
ridiculous.
right,
It's
yeah, I think I
it's
read on Next Gen Stats, it was like a 25% completion incompletion probability, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
it was just another one of those just amazing catches that would not have been caught if it wasn't George Pickens.
I wonder if he has gone from there's no way in hell we would ever want this poor attitude idiot in a
Mhm.
long-term contract to
Mhm.
maybe we should sign him long term.
Right, yeah, that's gonna be a big yeah, that's gonna be one of their several big decisions that they're gonna have to make in the offseason, and yeah,
Right
yeah,
now,
I
I'd say
mean
yeah. I'd
yeah, oh
say
yeah, I think,
you
yeah,
know
this right now, yes.
if you
Yeah,
keep making plays like that, I mean,
right,
I think statistically, if he's not the number one wide receiver of the last 3 weeks, he's darn
mhm,
close.
right, yeah, yeah,
He is now in the conversation for like
mhm,
top five, top 10 wide
right,
receiver in the league.
right,
And yeah, that's gonna
yeah,
make him a lot of money,
yeah,
but
yeah,
you
is it
know
gonna be
what?
intense
Maybe
for
he
it?
earns it.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, because if not, then we're just kind of in the same position that we were last year, right? We won't know what we have in Roman Wilson. Mike Williams is just a rental unless they decide to do something more with him, which I don't see happening. Calvin Austin, bye. You know what I mean? Like, bye. He has some great moments. I wouldn't mind keeping him, but I don't think that they use him, enough, to warrant a long-term contract. But Yeah,
Yeah.
Van Jefferson, bye.
But I'll
Right?
get that guy.
Oh my God,
I'll
bye.
drive him to the airport.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
So
yeah.
I don't know.
So yeah, so the Steelers score a touchdown.
Mhm.
Washington punts. Then the Steelers have a 4 plays, and they are punting from basically their own 15-yard line, and they
Yeah,
do a fake punt.
I
Oh
was shocked,
my goodness.
shocked, shocked.
So from what I understand, this wasn't something that was planned. It was basically like, hey, if this dude's wide open, you got a
Mhm.
shot. Just take the shot.
Yeah, yeah. But James
And he was
Peterson was
wide
he was
open.
wide. He couldn't have been more wide open.
Yeah,
He couldn't have been more wide open.
that would have been
He
a
said he'd been
touchdown if it that
practicing it all
connected.
week. I thought I read a quote that he said they've been practicing it all week.
I'm sure. I'm sure
Yeah.
they've been
But
practicing
that he
it, but
couldn't, and he was getting it all week. You know what I mean? Like he was catching it all week. But when it actually came time to it, he just couldn't do it. He couldn't do it.
and that basically handed a touchdown to
Right? Oh
Washington.
yeah. Oh, gift wrapped. Gift wrapped.
Give
Signed,
Rapp a
sealed, delivered.
touchdown.
Yeah. Yep.
But then the Steelers come back. They make it 14-7 on a
Mhm.
pass to Muth, which
Moose.
was Muth. Oh my goodness. Once again, the Steeler fans take over a stadium.
Steeler Nation, man.
It's
Big props
unbelievable.
to them, man. For sure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there were more yellow towels out there than there were the burgundy towels that they were giving away. They were literally
Listen,
giving these towels away to fans.
listen,
And the
folks, stop
pair
it.
of towels dogs.
Stop with
Right.
because they've done this in almost every
They have.
single um team that the Steelers play
Mhm.
away.
Mhm.
They have their own towel
Right.
that they bring out there. It's like, ooh, let's wave our towel. So they don't
Yeah. They don't
so
even
the
know how to
Steelers,
do it.
they don't
No.
even know.
Yeah. No. No.
Steeler fans have had a lot of practice waving a
Yes.
Steeler towel. It is a skill. It's a skill. You gotta
Right.
whip
It's a
that thing
skill. Yeah.
around.
That's all about, the elbow and the wrist and yeah. Yeah. Lots of skill.
It's not fun getting smacked by that towel when you're at a game.
No, it's not.
I've been smacked in the face by a terrible towel many times. However, on a hot day, it's a nice breeze. It
Right.
produces a fan, so that's a
Yeah.
nice benefit. Washington kicks a field goal. It's 14-10. Then Washington scores a touchdown at the end of the half, and they do the thing the old school '90s Steelers did, where you score a touchdown at the end of the first half, you get the ball at
Mhm.
the beginning of the second half, and you score a
Yeah.
touchdown. It's a
They
nice
bookended
daily
it.
double.
Yeah. Yeah. Washington did that
At that
instead.
point, Washington looked like they were just shredding the Steelers defense. Like
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it could have been they could have put up 44 at that point.
Mhm. Mhm.
But the Steelers calm it down. They get a touchdown back. Was that the Najee touchdown? Yeah.
Yeah.
Najee ran in for a touchdown.
Mhm.
Uh, Steelers offensive line did okay.
Right.
I'd say, they weren't great and they weren't bad. They were
Right.
just, some spots they were just really good.
Mhm.
Um, but it was 24-21, and then Washington makes it 27-21 going
Mhm.
into the fourth quarter, and then they drive down the field, and it looks like they're about to score. Jaylen Warren is just shredding them. It's
Mhm.
perfect, and then he fumbles. Dude, you
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah. He's a fumbler. It's unfortunate. I think that's like his main weakness. In fact, the only weakness, and I can really tell, is that he's a fumbler,
You
and it
can't punt.
seems
You
like
can't
it's
fumble. You
critical
can't.
spots, right? You
You
can't
can't.
fumble ever, but
Yeah,
you definitely can't fumble at the goal line.
you gotta.
Definitely can't fumble at the goal line.
You
I
know,
mean, they were punching it out. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't like he was just willy-nilly and just no. I mean,
has
they
Najee
were,
ever had a fumble? I don't think so.
I think maybe
I don't think he's ever had a fumble.
yeah,
Let me see.
right.
Say what
Yeah,
you will about Najee, the dude
right.
does not fumble
No, he
ever.
doesn't. No.
So they fumble, and then they get there was basically a 3-and-out where Washington was right in their end zone,
Right.
and I heard people say, oh, that hold on TJ. What that should have been a safety. And that was a
Mhm.
safety. I think that actually would have been worse for the Steelers
Right.
because it
Yeah.
would have been 27-23, but then the Steelers would have to drive all the way down.
Yes, that's a great point. That's a
So
really great point.
yeah, so here it was a 3 and out, and they get the ball near midfield, and then Russell Wilson. And now here where I was watching it, I was watching with some people, and someone says,
Mhm.
"Didn't we get a? Didn't we just get a wide receiver?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah. His name's Mike Williams. Like,
Right.
where is he?" I'm
Yeah.
like, "I don't know." And I was looking on the app to see like
Mhm.
how many did Mike Williams get any targets? Did he
Right.
is he active? What is going on?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's when he threw the touchdown.
Right. Yeah. He'd been in the game, I think maybe since the half, but
I
he was
think I think he
blocking.
played a total of 9 snaps or
Right.
something like
Yeah. 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 He was mainly blocking. I don't think he was
that. Yeah,
and it was just
and
because of Calvin Austin. Honestly, I think Calvin Austin going out, you know what I mean, and getting injured. I mean, that that's basically what put it all on Mike Williams to make that play.
yeah, yeah. Unbelievable. And he never practiced that with the Steelers.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And it was a Pickens like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? It was a Pickens like
It was
catch.
an
He had to do a little
extremely
right.
it was an
Yeah.
extremely difficult catch because he had to
Uh-huh.
adjust like crazy.
Right.
It was an unbelievable throw from Russell Wilson because they
Yeah.
brought the whole house, and he just stepped a few steps, just
Right.
threw it up there, but he threw it
Yeah.
perfectly.
He did. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Like you said, Justin Fields would not have been able to. I mean, he
No.
was, he was inconsistent. Fields was, but you definitely. I mean, he had some nice throws, but yeah, he wouldn't have been able to do what Russell Wilson did yesterday. No, no, no doubt, no
Yeah.
question.
Yeah. And this was my point for this whole week when they traded for Mike Williams, and people are like, "Well, what? Well, he's not going to know the playbook. He's not going to know this. He's not going to know like." You just tell him what to do.
Right. Yeah, he's a veteran. He's been
You're
around the
like,
block a few
okay,
times.
42 blue, blah blah blah. Okay, blah blah blah. Okay, Mike, you do a post route. I mean, that's it. You just
Right.
tell the guy what to do. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
and like
Exactly.
like on that play, he said they never practiced that,
Right. Yeah, just go
but he
get
knew what
hey,
to
catch the
do.
ball. Russell Wilson's gonna throw it to you, catch it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, really, it's that simple. It's like,
Right. Yeah, exactly.
hey, run straight. I'm gonna throw it to you.
Mhm.
Look for it. That's it.
Mhm.
That was an
Yeah.
unbelievable thing. But there was still like 3:24 on the clock.
Yeah, that made me nervous, really nervous.
Um, Washington is driving,
Mhm.
but the Steelers defense just they really clamped down. And I love that it was 3rd and 9,
Mhm.
and they throw it, and who breaks it up? James Pierre. Who's the
Right,
guy that
yeah.
dropped the fake punch?
Uh-huh.
James Pierre.
Yes, he
Love
redeemed
it.
himself a little bit there.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's 4th and 9, and he passes it to Zach Ertz, and
Mhm.
it kind of looks like a first down, and then
Right.
it doesn't look like a first down,
Mhm.
and they decide that he did not get it, and that
Right.
that was it. Well, we think
Yeah.
that was it.
Right.
Well, there's still 1 minute 4 seconds left,
Mhm.
and the Steelers, the Washington had all their timeouts, so there's
Mhm.
really not that much time coming off the clock,
Mhm.
and then it's 4th and 1, and I think everybody said the same thing. There's no way you're going for it.
Right, right.
Obviously, you just run this play to just draw them off sides. There's no
Mhm.
way they're gonna go offside. That never works.
Right. No, it doesn't. And the Steelers hardly ever do that either.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
That's a Ben Roethlisberger thing. That's a Ben
Yeah.
Roethlisberger. That's like an old school veteran move. Just like I'm
Mhm.
gonna try to draw him off sides.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. What was interesting
Okay.
about that is they were in the huddle for quite a bit, right? They were in the huddle for quite a so I feel like Russell Wilson and I feel like they sold it to Washington that they were actually going to call a play. They weren't in there for like 5 seconds. Okay, we're just going to try and drop them off. They were in there for quite a bit for it not to be, for them
I
just
wonder. I
drop
wonder
off.
if Russell Wilson's like, okay, I want you to act like there's a play going on. I
Right.
want you to put it on the best acting performance of your life. I want
Right.
them to nominate you for an Oscar for this play.
Right. Yeah.
um,
Yeah. I sort of feel like maybe that they were, playing it out, you know what I mean, to make it look like Washington actually had to prepare for a play, for a
did you
snap.
see the all 22 of that play?
No, I didn't.
Oh my God, it is you guys, it's the funniest thing ever. It's like right it's basically just showing the camera is behind Washington. So
Uh-huh.
so he does that, the guy jumps off sides, and
Yeah.
every Steelers player, they do the same thing. It's like it's like the happiest moment of your life. It's like Christmas when you were a kid and you got like that one toy that you really, really wanted.
The
They're
Barbie dream
jumping up
house.
and down. They're like, oh, Najee Harris is the funniest. It's like, oh,
Right?
going like this. Ah! They're all
Yeah.
jumping up and down and
That's
dancing and
awesome.
stuff. It was the cutest thing ever.
Yeah, like a bunch of little kids. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out because that'd be I like the all 22. They do. It's great
Yeah,
great perspectives and things in
yeah.
terms of the angles and things that we don't see, on
Right. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, yeah, it was so funny. It's just cute. It was cute. It's almost like they just won the Academy Award for and the
Right.
winner is the Steelers offense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And Russell Wilson was doing a little dance, you know what I
Oh
mean?
my
Which
gosh.
which you don't see a lot of,
Somebody said the funny thing is that yes, he's a cornball, but he's our cornball.
Right, exactly.
he's
Yeah,
he's the
exactly.
dorkiest guy alive.
Hmm. Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
you know, I think not enough credit goes to him for just the way he's handled everything.
Hmm.
I thought he would come in and be like, look at me. It's all about me. I'm the
Right.
star. I'm the legend. I'm the big shot. Not at all. He's been
No.
humbled the whole
No.
time. He's tried to be part of the family. He's been trying to be part of the team, part of the
Hmm.
city. Every week he goes to Children's Hospital and visits
Hmm.
kids. I'm
Right.
sure a lot of players do that too, but
Right.
that's just really awesome.
Yeah.
He doesn't have an ego at all. He has not
No.
made it about him at all, and
Hmm. Hmm.
he's just fit in perfectly, and it's
Right.
amazing.
Yeah, it is. Cause yeah, we were off. I was fooled. I thought for sure because everything, even before he came to Pittsburgh, you were
All
hearing
the
things
things we
about him.
heard.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially in Denver,
Yeah.
but none of that has come to light in Pittsburgh. And I couldn't be more happy about that. That's for sure. I was concerned that it was going to be an issue,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
not one
And you know
bit.
what? I'm really happy for him too, because he kind of got people were kind of saying things about him when he was in Seattle. Then he goes to Denver, and everybody's just bad mouthing the heck out of him.
Hmm.
And Denver's paying him $40 million to go away.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you got to think, how bad are you that we're paying you to go away?
Uh huh.
My
Yeah.
goodness, like how bad does this person have to be?
Right.
And his reputation just was down the drain. And these past
Yeah.
3 weeks, it's like a resurrection.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. I mean, he definitely I'd like to see him, clean things up a little bit, play more like he played during his first two games, or you know, uh three quarters. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
there was that first quarter he played that he just looked awful
Right.
versus the Jets. But
That's the
but
thing.
yeah, I mean, yeah.
They have potential to be better.
Right. Yeah,
They're putting
exactly.
they're averaging 30 points a game, and it could be better.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's pretty amazing. Yeah. And the Steelers offenses haven't done that. They haven't done that since I mean, I don't even think we did it in Ben Roethlisberger's last
This
year.
was almost we're almost at the Ben AB Le'Veon Bell days.
Right.
We're almost at those days. I mean, those days they were putting up 35, 40 every game.
Right.
But
Yeah,
this is
exactly.
this is close, and this is amazing.
Mhm.
Another thing, Patrick Queen had his best game,
Oh, dumb. Yeah.
and he, a lot of times he neutralized Jaden
Hmm.
Daniels,
Yeah.
and I never understood the hate on him. It's like he's coming into a new team. He's still learning everything. He's still learning the system, and he has so much responsibility.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. He's calling it. Yeah. He's got those
just
green
just let
dots.
him figure it out.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. He was impressive yesterday. I was pretty happy about that.
yeah, yeah, and Cam Hayward, he's another one. He's another one. Everybody was
Yeah.
saying. Just release him.
Washed.
Just trade him, release him. We don't want him.
Worst.
Why are you giving him an extension? He's an old man. And
Right.
like,
Yeah. Exactly.
he got 2 sacks.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Yep. Pretty
It's
impressive from the
amazing.
old man, that's for sure.
The old, yeah. It is funny. It's sport. What is he, like 35 or something like that?
Yeah.
Like oh, the old grizzled veteran. He's 35 years old. It's a wonder he can walk.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Actually, I think he's 36 now, but still,
Yeah, yeah.
it's pretty amazing. Yeah, definitely he's elderly in football years, that's for sure. But I'd give my right leg to be 36 again. Again,
I know, really.
yeah. I mean, yeah, right? Wouldn't you?
I would, I would every damn day I wake up, I wish I was 36 again. Um, but now it's Ravens week. Ooh, speaking of Patrick Queen, how is he going to
Right.
handle Ravens week? How is he going to handle the
Mhm.
Ravens? Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be anybody more amped than him. I mean, the Steelers as a whole, the rivalry, they're going to be extra motivated. I know you don't, they say, oh, you shouldn't need extra motivation. No, I mean, you don't. But this takes it to another whole other level, right? And Patrick Queen, he's going to be amped. He's going to be so amped. He's going to want to just
Yeah,
do bad things in
he's
good
he
ways, you know what
in
I
good
mean?
ways. Yeah,
Right.
he's I think he was circling this week all
Oh,
all
yeah.
year long. So
Especially because it's
it's
in Pittsburgh. I mean, that's nice. It's gonna have a different tone to it. When they go to Baltimore later in the year. But
right.
yeah, it's gonna be an epic atmosphere. No doubt.
But my goodness, did the Ravens look good? Well, they look good on offense.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, it's gonna be super interesting.
Mm,
They always play Lamar Jackson really well.
they do. They do.
Because they beat the crap out of him.
Right,
Okay,
they do. Yeah,
let's
but
not
this is
mince
their first
words.
time with Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson, right? It's a
Oh
two-headed
my
beast now.
God.
So it's literally a different ball game. Yeah.
I'm so angry at the rest of the league, especially that idiot Jerry Jones for not taking Derrick Henry.
Right,
How
yeah.
did you allow this guy to get on the
Right.
Ravens?
Yes. And why did you build a dome where the sun comes in and finds all of your That's
There's-
amazing. Amazing.
The guy's trying to catch a touchdown. The sun's right in his
Right.
eyes, and the ball goes right by him. And then
Yeah,
Jerry Jones is like, "That's not a factor. That's not a factor."
right.
Oh my God.
Whatever, Jerry Jones. Yeah.
He's such
Yeah.
an idiot. Oh my God. I
Mhm.
mean, the Cowboys are just one of those teams. I think we all do this, that we just love to see them lose. We love to hate them. And
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
ugh,
but the Steelers defense, man, they gotta clean up their run defense a lot, right? Because the Austin Eckler, he's another old man, right? He ran all over us
what was
yesterday.
he, 32 or something like that?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
the old,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
old
So
graybeard.
right, yeah, exactly. So we can't allow that. And when he wasn't in, whoever else was in, because their starter was out. And I think they had two offensive tackles that weren't starting offensive tackles that weren't playing. So I was a little bit concerned about that. And I think they got to get their crap together for Derrick Henry because he's Austin Eckler, who? Right?
Right. They let
Derrick
Austin
Henry's a beast.
Eckler run wild on them. When they play the Giants, they let that Tyrone Tracy Jr.
Right?
run wild on them.
Right?
That's
Yeah.
bad. That's
Yeah.
bad. Yeah.
It is. It is. We got to clean
So
it.
yeah, yeah. Well, let's just hope. I mean, Derrick Henry is on my fantasy team, so if he goes off, it's a silver lining.
Right.
But my goodness,
Yeah.
yeah, he is amazing this year. So we'll see, we'll see. It's gonna be crazy. Now, the thing that bugs me is they played Thursday and we
Hmm.
played Sunday, so they get 3 extra days of rest.
Oh, yeah. That's a good
That
point.
scares me. That
Right.
scares me.
Yeah.
That makes me think that the Ravens are going to have the edge.
Right. Yeah. Because Lamar Jackson was suffering a bunch of different injuries. I think. He was gonna play. You know what I mean? He's Lamar Jackson, but
He
he was
takes off
dealing.
like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday
Right.
because
Yeah.
he is pretty beat up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and when
Yeah.
he
So now he's
when
got those
after he
extra
after he
days.
plays the Steelers, he's going to be even more beat up. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's for sure.
um but yeah, it's amazing. The Steelers are 7-2, and now they start playing the division games and the quote unquote hard part of the schedule.
Yeah. Yeah. Six
But
division games, I think, in 8 days, in 8 weeks. 8 days. God, that would be awful.
you know, even if they went 4-4 these next eight
Right.
games, they'd end up 11-6,
Yeah.
which is pretty good.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
if they could somehow win the division,
Mm-hmm.
oh.
Yeah. 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 I think I'm confident, it's Cleveland. You know what I mean? You throw the records out, everything's thrown out the window when you're playing division games. But I'm more confident now than I was before about them beating, sweeping Cleveland. I feel like they'll sweep Cleveland. I think they're gonna maybe split with the Bengals and maybe split with the Ravens. But yeah, and then we got Philadelphia and the Chiefs. My goodness. My goodness. It's
I
rough.
Philadelphia is a guaranteed loss. I
Right.
don't because there's some kind of voodoo magic they got when they play in
Yeah.
Philadelphia. My hope is that the Chiefs keep winning and they've wrapped up
Right. They're
the
sitting
number
at
one
5.
seed and they have no reason to play.
Right.
And it's Christmas Day, so Travis Kelsey is gonna want to go. I don't know where you go in Pittsburgh on Christmas with your
Right.
girlfriend, but you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
He want to go to Permanis, have a
Uh-huh.
romantic dinner at Permanis. Maybe get extra slaw on a sandwich or something like that.
Yeah, and then go shopping at Gabe's afterwards,
There's
Do they still have Gabe's? I don't even know. Do
there
they
are
still
still games. Yes, there are
right?
still
Nice.
games. You could get your discount Steeler merch that'll be misspelled, but that's
Right,
okay.
yeah.
You could
Exactly.
you could get your Martavis Bryant jerseys or something like that.
Kenny
Um,
Pickett, maybe, if you're
oh
lucky.
my God, there's so many Kenny. I got one right here. I got a Kenny Pickett jersey.
Like,
It's
burn it.
number 8, and it's the same thing as a punter. So I was gonna take some duct tape and put
Oh, there
the
you
punter's
go.
name back in.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah. So who knows? Who knows
Right.
what's gonna happen? But they have set themselves up wonderfully.
Mhm.
It's been amazing, but it's because I saw something that like in the first half of the season, um, they played not the greatest offenses, but pretty good defenses, and in
Mhm.
the second
Mhm.
half they play really good offenses and maybe not the greatest defenses. So
Right. Right. Yeah.
it's, it's
Gonna
going
be
to be
interesting.
interesting. It's going to be
Yeah.
interesting.
No question. And I'm here
Now,
for it. Can't
the
wait.
question is, are the Steelers now a Super Bowl contender?
No.
No?
No, I mean, no. No, I don't think that I still don't feel like they have enough on offense yet. I'm still not sold on the offense. The secondary is still, like I mean, they're not playing up to standards either. So I don't, no, I mean, I'm going to stick by no. I would like them to be. I
Okay.
feel like they're closer than we thought they would be, but they're not there yet. No.
So I'm looking at power rankings.
Uh-huh.
And they have the Chiefs at number 1, the Lions at number 2. That makes sense.
Mhm.
Buffalo Bills at number 3. That makes sense.
Mhm.
The Eagles at 4. Okay, yeah, they're pretty good. But the
Right.
Steelers at 5, the
Uh-huh.
fifth best team.
Right, right.
That's pretty good.
Oh,
That's
that's pretty good. Yeah. Oh, I don't question that. There's no question. They're pretty good. But I just
but
in terms of Super Bowl contender, I just don't see them
if
yet.
they went against the Bills in the playoffs, if they went against the Chiefs, I don't
Mhm.
know.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean
know
they
if they
would
could
have to
beat
beat
them.
those teams.
Yeah.
And I don't see that happening.
Yeah. I I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
It probably would not happen.
Right.
But but if they made it that far,
Right. Yeah. Right.
if
Yeah,
they
exactly.
made it, if they made it to the AFC Championship game,
Right, right.
I'm not gonna complain if they don't make it to the
No.
Super Bowl.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
And stranger things have happened. And you know what? The Chiefs are I don't want to say they're a house of cards, but they win every game the same way. It's like you win at the last second by 1 point or something like that.
Yeah.
Eventually, that's not going to be, eventually that's not
Exactly.
going to hold up the whole year.
No. Nope. Nope. No, there's some analysts on Good Morning Football today saying that the Steelers play a brand of boring football, but they do it well. and that's why they're winning. And I feel like it's a really good way to put it because there's nothing like really like sure George Pickens' catches are great, the Mike Williams catch was great, but other than that, they're not like oh, you know what I mean? They're not like awe inspiring
They're
play.
not going to win 35-34
Right.
like the
No.
Ravens and Bengals did.
Right.
But see, I disagree. I think they played a boring brand of football. When it
Right.
was Justin Fields in those previous years, yeah, that's some boring football when your offense
Right.
can't do anything. But
Hmm.
with
Hmm.
with this offense, they
Right.
could do something. They can make things interesting. And okay, Mike Williams he just got off the bus and look what
Right.
he did. Imagine what Mike Williams does with a full week of practice.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it should be interesting. And I don't know what's going on with Calvin Austin, so he may end up being, a more
Uh
pivotal.
yeah. Yeah. I think that the Calvin Austin thing was temporary. But
Yeah.
Alex Highsmith, I think he's gonna miss a couple
Yeah.
games with the ankle. But
Hmm.
that Preston Smith, he
Preston
came right
Smith.
in and he
Yeah.
contributed already.
Yeah. Yeah. Because he
Dang.
played until this season. That's why he ended up leaving Green Bay. They switched to a 4-3 defense, and then until then he'd always played in a 3-4. So um
He
look at
has to
that.
love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He has to love being
Right.
on the team. Could you
Yeah.
imagine you're a defensive guy and you're an outside linebacker and the other guy's TJ Watts.
Right. Yeah. It's pretty amazing.
It's
Pretty
like wait,
amazing.
you mean they have 3 or 4 guys stopping him and I can just do
Right.
it for I once?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And it's impressive. Preston Smith, Nick Herbig, Jeremiah Moon. We have those three guys are backups.
Right.
Those three guys are backups. And they've been playing, until Herbig got injured, and then now Alex Highsmith. And even he was out for a couple
And I
games.
believe Herbig is coming back soon. So
Well, yeah, that's what they say. That's what they say.
we'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see.
exactly. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
It's exciting. It's
It
exciting.
is. And it's
You know
fun time.
what? I like winning. I
Yeah, so
kind
do
of like
I.
winning.
Hey, so you get used to this.
But I like winning this way because even when they won before with Justin Fields and the previous quarterbacks, it's like it was just really frustrating. It's like,
Hmm.
yeah, we
Yeah.
won, but it's like you nail biter at the end, and you just like, ugh, you
Right.
just felt ick. But now
Yes.
it's like we have hope.
Yeah. It is nice for sure. I mean, the Jets
Oh,
and the Giants provided a little bit of that, which obviously they can only play the games on their schedule. But who wouldn't have beat the Jets and the Giants, right? I mean, the Panthers, my goodness, they even beat the Giants.
my goodness.
My goodness,
By the
exactly.
way, to the nation of Germany, we're sorry. We're
Right,
sorry.
Germans.
We're sorry.
Oh,
That's not really what NFL football is, okay?
no,
We
no.
gave you literally the worst 2 teams.
Right.
I think they're literally the worst 2 teams right now.
Right, right.
Um, yeah. And I am loving seeing Aaron Rodgers lose every week.
Yeah, it's
I'll take
great.
that.
It's
Love
great.
it.
We should all autograph a football and send it to him.
Could you could you imagine? Could you imagine somebody that says to Aaron Rodgers like, "Hey, you know that guy that intercepted you a couple times? Like, yeah, whatever. Can you autograph his stuff?"
I'm sure that was a highlight in his life, that's for sure.
I mean, and that was very nice of Aaron Rodgers to say,
Right, it was.
"Yeah, sure." You know?
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers has like $500 million.
Right.
He's when he goes to his mansion, I'm sure he's crying tears that
Oh,
Beanie
yeah.
William, Beanie Bishop
Right.
intercepted him.
Mhm.
But I still will never understand why the Jets basically sold their soul to the devil and said, "Here,
Right.
Aaron Rodgers, you take over the team. Bring all your friends. That's cool." Like
Mhm.
the dude's 41.
Right, yeah, exactly.
We laugh. We laugh when we say old man Cam Hayward. Cam
Right.
Hayward's 36. Aaron Rodgers is 5 years older.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, he's just not getting it done. And poor Robert Saleh, right? I mean, he's gonna be employed
You
in,
know what? Robert
soon.
Saleh is he's a good coach, but
Yeah.
going to New York was just a really bad fit. You got to be a special kind of you need something special to coach in New York. 'Cause those people are
Yeah,
nuts.
they are. Yeah, it's a difficult market
It's
to.
that was a terrible like first place for him to coach.
Mhm.
I hope he
Right.
finds something. Yeah, he's a really good coach.
Yeah.
He'll bounce back. But
Mhm.
um yeah, Aaron Rodgers. See, the perfect thing would be if Aaron Rodgers ended up in with the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh,
That way, Aaron Rodgers and Jerry Jones could be perfect for each other.
yes.
I think I heard two things. I heard either Bill Belichick or Deion Sanders is going to be the coach of the Cowboys next year. Either one would be funny as hell. I think it'll be Bill
Yeah.
Belichick, but Deion Sanders as coach of the Cowboys
Oh,
would
that would
be
be
crazy.
clickable headlines every day. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
It,
Yeah.
it would be yeah, it would change from ESPN to CSPN. It would be Cowboys Sports Network. And it would just be it would be like 99% of the thing would be about the Cowboys, and then like, oh, by the way, here's 60 seconds on whatever happened in the rest of sports today.
Right.
It would
Yeah.
just be,
Yeah.
yeah, it would just be Jerry Jones and Deion Sanders the entire time. And it is
Mhm.
very funny that Deion Sanders was like, I'll be the coach of Colorado forever. Like he'll be gone next year.
Right.
Like
Exactly. Yeah, he will be. Yeah. Say that now. Go ahead. But
it's yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of coaches are gonna lose their jobs. I'm surprised they haven't lost their jobs already. What about the poor coach in the Bears?
yeah.
You look at Jaden Daniels, and he is just amazing. Even
Mhm.
Drake May in New England, he's doing
Right.
very well for a rookie. Caleb
Yeah.
Williams, you started out okay and just went to hell. And it's like, you've
Yeah.
done this, Chicago. You've done this with every single rookie quarterback. You
Mhm.
ruined them.
Yes.
Something
Yeah.
different.
Right. Right.
God.
Maybe that's where Aaron Rodgers will go.
Aaron Rodgers says he owns the Bears. It would be very funny if he joined them.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It would be pretty funny.
It would be funny.
Oh, and any Packers fans he still has left would
Oh my
right.
God, Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers playing against the Packers. It would be like when Brett Favre played against the Packers when he played for
Right.
the for Minnesota. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Good
Oh,
times.
never a dull moment in the NFL.
No. Nope. Sure isn't.
All right. Hey, thanks so much. It was great
You're
talking to
welcome.
you.
Yeah.